Let's go up here. Hello there, everyone. Welcome to Corey Loses, where today we are once again continuing our Thrawn's Revenge 3.3 preview playthrough as the Galactic Empire. In the last few episodes, we have set our sights on Warlord Zinj himself. We are trying to head towards Dark Empire, so we need to integrate at least one more of the Imperial factions. We've already taken out the PA, and we need to get... We're going for Zinj, but any of the other ones, technically. And we need to get to 75% of legitimacy. So this is the first, real test through of Dark Empire's new setup. So it's not entirely complete yet, and it's entirely possible something could completely fuck up. So we'll see what happens as we go. But I am going to unpause, and I want to take Salagas, but we don't want to open ourselves up to too much from the Hapans as well. So we have to try to make sure we have some defenses going, and we're trying to save up some money for another Praetor next week. Earth Knight is asking, was wondering if it were possible so you can add a scroll bar to the reinforcements tab when you're in a galaxy view or in the middle of battle. Unfortunately, that is not possible to add to EaW. We have to stick with what we got. A lot of the UI stuff is not particularly flexible in EaW. That's why so much game information has to be relayed through this kind of text when we add stuff, and most things are unfortunately quite like that. When Petroglyph has been doing patches before, that was one of the things that people asked for was a scroll bar function, but all they were really able to give us was the ability to add more build buttons. So it was previously limited to about half of what it is now, or even less. And you couldn't even add extra buttons for that, but now you can add a few. So that's all you can really do with it. And yeah, there used to be a bug where if you had too many units, it would overflow and attach to other bones on the screen. So they fixed that. And yeah, sadly, that's all that could really be done. Couldn't do too much more than that, or anything more than that.
Beginning construction.
Building started.
Alright, I think that's where we want to build up some extra defenses. Let's see. I was thinking we could potentially even take an Emberline or something if we wanted to connect our planets together here. That would hit the Greater Maldrude. I don't know that we'd be losing out on too much against the New Republic. The problem is Denon and Jindine would be a little bit vulnerable there. EA keeps taking some of these planets. I wonder... No, we can't. We don't have a fleet down here, really. Oh, well, thank you, Rosenthal. Appreciate it. And we are going to get Doom Dorito as our next unit there. I really want to break through Ubrikia and Emberline so we can get some of the discounts out there. You know what? I think it makes most sense to just go for that later, because we can get them out. So let's get Enforcer of Order, and we'll even get on Nalhutta, we will get Momentum Breaker. Because we have this big, nice fleet on Jindine, and we're going to try to take... Even if we can't take the planets on the way, they'd be very difficult to defend, we might be able to blockade them and just extract an Administrator. Because I don't know if we really want to defend Ubrikia and Emberline, but if we can get one of these guys out, rather than risking losing everything on that. But one thing we do want to do is take out these guys. We don't want Maldrude to be too strong anyways.
Enemy forces ahead.
Playing yesterday and found on certain planets they have something to do with medical supplies, and that's on the mod. That, I'm not sure what you're referring to. Battlestar Galactica. Are you sure you're not just looking at flavor text? Victory. Another victory. Oh shit. New Imperia. Gladius Ascendant. Targallian.
Cancelled.
I guess on the backside of that.
Moving to sector.
Breath of Annihilation. Mighty Duck.
Increase to flank.
And Imperial Warlord
Engage
Star.
thrusters.
Fuck
Location
your
confirmed.
bombers.
Moving.
So it's a regular one. Thank you, Triton, for a gifted sub to Rayon as well. Finish the Starhawk. I will. For a second, I thought this ISD was tackle from the other fleet we were sending in. That's part of why I got so scared. But I also don't want to lose this. Okay, get the missile jamming in there.
Reporting. The ion cannons are our primary targets. Holding fire for maximum effect. Direct fire at their laser cannons.
Like, there's supposed to be some back to stuff for primarily story missions for back to war stuff, and I think, yeah, Nemesis might have just gotten a little bit overzealous in putting in some references to things. And assuming it was going to be more of a resource than it would be.
Weapons ready. Target those lasers. Yes, sir. Hold fire on those ion cannons. At your command.
Dreadnought cruiser ready. Firing turbo lasers.
Alright, we definitely want to kill these corvettes. We should be able to do pretty easily. And that's both of the ISDs. There we go.
Intercepting. Go after the stragglers. Sponsor frigate reporting. Heavy cruiser standing by.
Alright, that took care of most of them. And I'm going to leave this ISD back so we can get to the Golan with the other VSDs and stuff.
Captain here.
I think a lot of these smaller ships are going to be pretty important for this too, because they can be healed up, and we don't have the most hull strength left on a lot of the bigger ones. This VSD is actually doing fine. I'm going to stop you from going in, because you'd probably take some damage first. Yeah, it's already firing at you.
Dreadnought cruiser ready. Get behind them. I got them. Weapons ready.
Pressing the attack.
Is there a PDF for which ships have been blown up in playthrough? Get to see my stupid shipping. I haven't built all of them yet, so I don't think there's many who have been killed entirely. I don't keep a log of that like I do in the community challenges. It'd be a lot more difficult here since there's the 3 lives for each of them.
Cruiser standing by.
But there is still a considerable amount still on the build bar. Trying to make our way through. And I guess we can start sending these guys over to the side structures. You might need some help over there. That main Golan is dead. Need to get these guys over.
Cruiser ready. Taking fire. Gun crews make ready.
Reporting.
I think that should all be fine, though. I don't think we're gonna get another hypervelocity, or 2 more hypervelocity gunshots, which is what we'd need, or what they'd need to kill that ISD. So it should be good.
Nowhere to run. Dreadnought cruiser ready.
And
Heavy cruiser standing by.
that is a bomber, which I don't want killing my stuff. Yeah, they're gonna get this one, but we should survive, and we'd be able to take one more. Which means everything should be fine.
Fire for maximum effect. Yes, sir.
Eyes reporting in.
Stations on standby.
Dreadnought cruiser ready.
Cruiser ready.
Okay, now let's get over here.
Increase power to weapons.
I don't think this trade port is going to be able to stand up to the rest of our units. Just a hunch.
Heavy cruiser.
Trade port with its
Firing turbo releases.
still broken hard points. In this build, at least. We updated the model. Oz did like every XQ platform. We got a few different options for those now. Or before we just had the one. Okay, so I'm gonna move this window. Sorry. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be taking Emberline. Emberline would actually be the safest one to take. And that would connect us to Druckenwell, too. So I kind of like to. That might be nice. All right, let's try it. I'm gonna probably have to be kind of careful on that. But we do want to take Nar Shaddaa for sure. Can't let this side of the map get split in half. Then lose every administrator.
Choose your reinforcements.
Heading to destination.
And ace out of the hole.
Commander. Reporting in.
Poor Oz has had to wait really long for people to texture his stuff recently. There's so much stuff that I really want to get to texturing, but I've been working on the map stuff. Bob usually does some texturing as well for some of Oz's models, and he's been working on more of the code side as well recently. So once I'm done with the GC maps, I'm going to be on basically full texturing duty as far as the mod goes for at least a little while. So I'm hoping to start the New Republic playthrough on Era 4 in Dark Empire so we can fight Palpatine. Which I don't think I've ever done that before in a progressive. Alright, we want to pull Kadon. Or not Kadon, we want Jedgar. There's still so much AI stuff around that rule is gonna make it a bit laggier. So Yeet is asking, why do some stations have hard points and some don't? The only ones that don't currently are the trade ports I was talking about, which just because the model was updated, they still had some code changes to do. That's the trade port.
Construction complete.
Why they're on fire. Look, New Republic, I really don't want to have to kill your stuff. Right now, we're supposed to be not friends, but you really gotta get moving on killing the Ariado Authority for us. And by for us, I mean for you, but also for me. Yagdol is gonna be isolated there. I wonder if we won't be able to take the planet, but we'd be able to take out the station. We might be able to take the planet. I'm probably lying about that. But I just don't think we'd be able to hold the planet is the main problem right now. And they'd lose hero for that, which means their legitimacy would drop, so we'd have a higher percentage, which is really what we're looking for right now, is some hero hunting. Ariado's at 16, Maldrud's at 19. Like, we want to eliminate as many of their heroes as we can. But first, we want to take this before they finish building more structures, because they just finished one. So Jed, you're getting there. How's progress on Death Clones? Rhino and Arios have been doing quite a few of those. A bit less recently, they've been working on other stuff. Arios has been doing some texturing, and Rhino has been doing some other mapping stuff. But there's still been quite a few done for 0.3.
Choose your reinforcements. Reinforcements en route.
This one's going to be mostly an air assault, I think.
Reinforcements en route.
So I'm going to try to back up Jedgar.
There they are.
And I'm not going to get... a field base for this, because they only have whatever units they brought. Well, I guess they do have the one structure, which is probably the local capital. Okay, Jedgar, those are infantry for you. Okay, that didn't actually kill anyone who I was hoping it would. We do want the other landing zone, at least. Well, the thing with the field base is it would protect us on that other side. I don't think we need to worry about it. That's a lot of infantry. Okay, Jedgar, you're going to go around here. If that's all going to be infantry, then that is your department. I think it's mostly infantry companies they had. So I'm going to put in some stormtroopers to help him.
Advancing.
And then we'll put in hover tanks over here. Get rid of those on the way, then all of our flying can take out the structure.
Reporting.
What's going on over there? Not much. Alright, you guys come down. Here comes the infantry battles. If they're coming in individually around the corner, then that's much easier for us. We are going to start getting some opposition, but we have the tanks coming in too. They can stay away, you stay away. Jedgar, this is entirely your department. Here you go.
Support order acknowledged.
Jedgar is, of course, short for J. Edgar. Hoover is a Star Wars character.
Just give me a target.
Alright, what do you got in there? And we can start sending the IDTs wherever we need to for support as well. You probably want to back off. None of these are great for anti-infantry duty. I'm going to get them as the farthest thing.
Commence attack
Yes,
run.
sir. Advancing.
And then we'll definitely want to save after this one.
Enemies in range.
Okay, that might have actually just saved us an IDT, even though it didn't do anything. Okay, you take that out.
Reporting in. Affirmative.
Don't take cover, just go and hit that. 'Cause the infantry are no longer keeping him alive. Too bad they didn't send a hero here. We really need to start hitting Maldrude's legitimacy. They're the one that's going to be keeping us farthest from our 75% hopes.
System control achieved. Beginning
Alright,
construction.
that is going to be a save. Like, this connects us to Druckenwell and other planet down there. Which, if we get Bajik, that means we've taken the entire map from north to south, like a straight line of planets from north to south. That gets really hard to defend on Cruel. Like, we definitely lose some of those planets. So I'm not going to worry about it too much, especially if the New Republic is open to it. I think there's a path from there to there. So I'm not going to do that. We want the New Republic to be at an advantage with this fight with EA. Like, we can technically send Jedgar up to the rest of the map on his own, but our main concern will be keeping him over here. Like, he's going to be too useful in defending some of these planets if Greater Maldrude decides they want to mess with us. And they probably will decide that. So there's a Maldrude planet in Hapan territory, which they'll probably take back. But we are kind of hoping that Maldrude beats out Zinj a bit. Really, the ideal situation is CSA or New Republic takes Elam and Desevro. Give them a bit more fighting power against the Greater Maldrude up here. And we kind of push in, because the faction that's going to have the most access to Zinj, other than us, is going to be Hapans, but then Maldrude. So we don't necessarily want Maldrude to grow at Zinj's expense. We just want someone to do something about Zinj. But it's difficult to get through Ubrikia there. We do want this. And is anyone not building anything over here? Yeah.
Unit in production.
Because if we can have these guys at, like, what? Kuat, Fondor? Yeah, Kuat, Fondor, and Bilbrigi. That's even better for us. Okay, you are still on your Fata defense job.
We're moving out.
That'll make it so they can get into Anx Minor. Like, we need to build up more defenses this side. Really, what we need is Tangrin and Salagas. But then they can get in on there, too. So we can take Emberline, but what are we going to see?
Awaiting your command.
What are we going to see on Ubrikia? As another capital shipyard, too.
Construction complete.
That'd be really nice to take away from them. In my meaner, darker moments, I have thought about making these messages and the enemy fleet approaching message only play if you have, like, intel elements, like structures on the planets or stuff like that, so it's a lot harder to do what I just did without some investment. But that feels like more of a hardcore or Imperial Reign type thing than TR. I don't know.
Tactical battle imminent.
They did actually end up sending it. It's like the thing that makes it easiest to defend against the AI is leaving stuff less defended so you can jump in another, basically just honeypotting. And that would be a pretty good solution to honeypotting. You'd still be able to jump in afterwards, but it would still at least cost something generally. It'd be a bit of a solution. Honeypotting being when you make a target look nice and juicy, like the AI can take it, and just have a fleet standing one jump back
Captain here.
that you can jump in for it.
Awaiting your command.
Bomber squadron reporting. Engines activated.
Ready for command, sir.
I think our fighters alone will be able to
TIE squadron standing by.
fuck them all up.
Power to the engine.
How much of the Hut roster has been modeled? Just some bro is asking.
Reporting.
Yes,
Coming around.
I think is the answer to that.
Instructions.
Escort carrier standing by.
Engines activated.
Copy that. On our way.
Roger.
Defender squadron reporting.
Imperial Reign would be noticeably harder than James is asking. It's not. So harder is not necessarily the way I'd probably put it. It's more doing things that play significantly differently from how you'd play in TR and Fall of the Republic and stuff. Some of which would be harder, like what I just mentioned would definitely be harder to do for, or harder for players than what is typical, I suppose. But just having different considerations. 'Cause, like, it doesn't feel worth it to make Imperial Reign as a mod if it's just Thrawn's Revenge with fewer units and fewer factions. One of the things that I'd like to do with it is have significantly different different playstyles for things, different considerations for things. Thank you, Drago, for subscribing. Appreciate it.
Destination confirmed.
Who's our best
Star
administrator
Destroyer
here? I
reporting in.
think it is Oculus. Yeah, the minus 15% on you. I think one of them's, another one's minus 15. You are, yeah, minus 15. That's just resource structures, though. Which we don't need right now. And you are minus 10 for Hissa. Okay, so Hissa, I might even just leave Hissa over here for the extra buildup of
We're on our
defenses
way.
and structures.
Move out.
But I want to bring Trioculus into the main part of the Empire.
Enemy fleet approaching.
Invade Commonor. That's interesting. Ooh, and that's no hypervelocity gun either. This is kind of what we want more.
Building start.
See if we can get one going there at least. And you kind of need to stay there. In a rough position. Serpentor is asking, any other changes to buildings besides the XQ for point 3? There have been some Empire of the Hand structure models updated. I'm assuming you mean model updates. I'd like to start getting more done with the CIS and Republic, primarily, because that's one of the main polish areas for Fall of the Republic that needs to be
Tactical battle
addressed, but other than that, I don't know that there would be too much. Okay, we're fucked. Why can't you go the other direction, please?
The enemy has been spotted.
I want you to take your planet back and fight Zinj and Maldrud for us, not do this to me. We got Diaper Sheath and the Bastion, not the planet.
Heavy cruiser standing by. Engines to full.
Cannons
I
on.
wonder if we
Cruiser
can
here.
get the interdiction mine. Or, I wonder if...
retreat in progress.
Please let us go? Maybe? Will you do it? Please? Thank you.
Retreat aborted.
Fuck. No, thank you.
Frequency open. Star Destroyer reporting in.
Go ahead, sir.
We're about to get
Roger that.
Transmit orders. Here.
Form up.
messed up by Hapans.
Awaiting orders.
The XQ isn't going to help much, but
Yes, Commander.
I don't know if we can even... Yeah, we can't really get away from that.
Awaiting your orders.
We might be able to kill Astarta.
Awaiting your command. Fire.
Going with a lot of neutrons here.
Ready to receive orders.
Your command, sir. Commander.
Comlink active.
Reporting in. Roger that. Open fire.
With the amount of ion damage they're going to have, this is not going to be good for us.
Attacking target. Fire at will. Target at maximum firepower.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to get through there.
Target. Our launch bay is gone.
This is basically a full stack fleet for them.
Engaging it.
Will we be able to get through to...
Our lasers are destroyed.
Yeah, I think we actually have this.
We've got
If
them.
I have this, I just mean Astarta. I don't mean we're actually going to win the battle. There we go.
We've lost the ion cannons. Take
It's a
out
moral
the ion
victory.
cannons. Our primary engine system is down.
Maybe we killed something in the auto-resolve as well. Nope, just Astarta. That was bad. That was not good. You... 200 pop cap. What's the actual cap on that? 247. We have a lot of anti-fighter in this. We have a command bonus. We have... I don't think this is going to be enough for it either. But... we could hit Reliphon and pull them back, that we don't lose the planet. Or if we do lose the planet, that they're isolated. Which I think is how we're going to have to play that.
Construction complete.
Cruiser here.
Tactical battle imminent.
Okay, that's actually a considerable fleet as well. We'll have to go in and try to kill any coronals if we're going to be staying on this battle.
Unit sighted.
What do you got? Okay, no, that's nothing. That's ground units primarily.
Choose your reinforcements.
All right, so Ori's flagship.
Shortly.
We have Krenel. We have Disc Spike. We have two of them. We're not compensating. Lancer Frigate. That's just a Carrack. Aw Special.
Moving to
Jort Carrack. It's fine. Morbin time.
Reinforcements canceled.
Which are you? Grey Ghost. Indefatigable. Okay, and you're only level 3. Do they have the other Meridian? Yeah, they have Meridian 1 there. They didn't do 2 3s. That's good.
Copy. Attack.
They might be able to get through the shields with
target locked.
what they have left.
Coming around.
I think we should be able to overwhelm it.
Pursuing enemy forces.
Reporting. Attack.
Copy. I've got them in my sights.
Star Destroyer
Okay.
standing by.
There'll be a Battle Dragon coming in. We've gotta keep that as the primary target. You guys can take the beta,
Targeting their weapon systems.
not the bait.
Fire for maximum effect.
Because that'll be doing a lot of ion damage to us. Then we can get up there.
Taking them out.
There we go.
Target at maximum fire.
Okay, that Meridian 3 should go down pretty quickly now. We've got a lot of the weapons on this side, which is we want to take.
Open fire.
And then we'll just want to take that Battle Dragon out.
Watch for enemy ships.
Rhino is still fine. You guys are still fine.
In range.
How about a little help? Can anyone else see him? Where are you?
Okay, sending your bombers after the strike cruiser. I don't think that's going to do much for you.
Go after them.
Not what they're meant for. And I am going to... Oh shit, that actually is going to do stuff for you. Never mind. I was wrong.
Engaging the enemy.
Power to weapons was a mistake.
Your orders, sir.
Losing control. At your command.
I should have put in another tender nearby it.
Switch position. Gun them down.
Use your reinforcements.
Would have taken too long to get in
Right
anyways.
away.
Alright, I think we need these extra fighter, or anti-fighter. Light show, outdated in 5 years, on haloed wings. Extra Y, you're gonna die.
Awaiting your command.
Unable to shake them.
Attack that target. Cruiser ready.
Taking fire.
I wasn't giving the Battle Dragon under the station enough credit. I think is the primary thing there.
Open. Commence attack.
Commander. Fire at will.
Okay, you can take a Meridian 1 on your own. You're probably fine where you are.
Excellent shot.
And everyone can just move up a bit.
Ready for battle. Form up.
Lots of frigate reporting.
Okay, get the Meridian 1.
Attacking.
And that should be the final Battle Dragon coming out there. And without having to fight it under a Meridian 3, that should be easier.
I copy.
I'm on this one.
Attacking primary target. Target at maximum
Increase power
firepower.
to weapons. Lock weapons and fire. Gun crews, make ready.
Reporting. We're moving out. Fire.
Alright.
Reporting in.
Increase power to weapons.
Fire for maximum
Lock
effect.
weapons and fire.
Star Destroyer standing by.
Well,
Star Destroyer.
can't leave the Battle Dragon to keep doing what they're doing. They can get out of there.
Heavy cruiser standing by.
Target at maximum
Fire for
firepower.
effect.
Awaiting.
Cruiser ready. Gun crews, make ready.
Awaiting your orders.
And we've managed to kill most of their fighters.
Awaiting your command.
Captain here.
Okay.
All guns fire.
I mean, even with the tag added, I think I'm still missing fighters from some ships. I'm gonna have to... I'm definitely gonna be updating my unit generator script for the New Republic playthrough.
Interceptor here.
Roger that. Initiating attack.
That'll probably mean the end of submissions for this playthrough as well. But I'm gonna try to make it so that I can export like multiple different things at once. We did lose Grey Ghost and it's fine there, which is not ideal. But I think we stopped the ground attack. I didn't really want to shut down the Hapans on this, even though they're our neighbors, because I was hoping they would stop Maldrude a little bit more. But they're not the most aggressive faction, so
Starting my run.
it makes sense that they wouldn't just go ham for that. Okay, Hissa, you are going to help build this up a little bit. So the Huron would be actually pretty helpful to have, I think. Because right now we have to defend both the Sucha and Narshada. But if we can get to Slahiron,
Right away.
then it means we get
Moving out. Moving out.
one place to defend instead of two. But we are going to save again there, and I think that's going to do it for the first episode today. So for those of you watching on YouTube, thank you for watching. Hope you are enjoying the series so far. For those of you watching on Twitch, stick around. We're going to do one more. Bye, everyone.